Hello, boys and girls. This is Miss Andres. Today I'm going to discuss with you multiplication of single digit number by multiples of 10. But before we do that, I would like to have a short review first. Um, so I'm going to show you. You already know what this one is. We know that one, we call it the longs. The longs actually is equivalent of 10 cubes, right? Those are, this is equivalent of 10 small cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? So I have here, if I have, let's say for example, I have one of this, that means that this is equivalent to 110, right? So 110 is equal to 10. Is that right? So if I have two tens, so two tens is equal to 20. So that's, I'm gonna count by 10. So that's 10, 20, right? Now if I have three tens, that would be equal to 30. How about if I have four of this, four of these longs? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's four tens, and that is equivalent to 40. Correct? Now this one is equivalent. This one I have now. This now I have five tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's now equivalent to five tens, and I'm gonna count by tens. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Correct? So if I have six of this, that means that I have six tens, and six tens is equal to 60, right? And of course, if I add another one, if I have 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 7 tens is equal to 70, and so on and so forth, right? So if I have 8 of this, 8 tens, that's equal to 80, and 9 tens is equal to 90. And how about if I have 10 of this, 10 tens, that's equal to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm gonna count by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So 10 tens is equal to 100. All right? So that's very easy, isn't it? So let's go to our lesson for the day. So like I said, we're gonna do multiplication of single digit number by multiples of 10. Now, if I'm gonna be, let's say for example, I have three groups of 30, or 3 times 30. Okay, so 3 times 30, so the numbers 3 and 30 are called the factors. Okay, these are the numbers that you multiply. And remember what I told you about this symbol? This symbol tells you that these are the number of groups. 3 groups of 30. So you're looking for 3 groups of 30. Now I'm gonna show that to you using your longs or your base 10 blocks. Okay, now this is 30. Remember, this is 10, 20, 30. So we need 3 groups of 30. So this is one group right here, and this is another group, and then of course I have another group, and that is 3 groups, right? So I have the first group. This is 1, 2, 3. So remember what we are trying to look for: 3 groups of 30. So I have 3 groups of 30: 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. Correct? Now, after that, I'm going to count by tens: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So I would say that 3 groups of 30, or 3 times 30, is equal to 90. Very easy, isn't it? Okay, now let's say for example, our next, I have this one right here. Let's say 6 times 40. Okay, 6 times 40. Okay, now that means that we want to count how many is 6 groups of 40. Remember, this means that We can write that down. You can write that down so you won't get confused. This is going to be easy. So 6 times 40 means 6 groups of 40. That means you are going to create 6 groups of 40. Now I'm gonna show that to you. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 40. This is another 40. Another 40. So you have 3 40s. And then, but you need 6, right? So you have 4, 5, and then you have 6. Okay, now you have 6 groups of 40. Now after that, you are going to count by tens, okay? Now, let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. Then you count by tens again. 210, 220, 230, 240. So that means that 6 times 40 or 6 groups of 40 is equal to 240, right? Oh, there's an easier way also. Here's another way to do that too. Now you are going to group hundreds, okay? Let's say you got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. You have 100 right here, right? So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. Now you have 200s. Then you go 10, 20, 30, 40. Same answer, right? So your 6 groups of 40, you just regroup them. So it's going to be easier to count if you do it this way. So it's going to be 100, 200, then you still have your 40s. 210, 220, 230, 240. Now, so that means that 6 times 4, 40 is equal to 240. Or 6 groups of 40 is equal to 240. Make sense? Easy? Right? Now, let's say, for example, of course, when you are doing your test, you do not have this longs right here. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So you need 6 groups, right? Now, what I want for you to do is to draw your groups first. Now, don't use sticks. Instead, you use your drawing. You draw like this. It's gonna be easy. So you remember you need 40, right? Don't use sticks, but instead do it like this. Right? So this would let you, remind you that you are doing by tens. Then you come by 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. 210, 220, 230, 240. Right? So your answer is still 240. Or you can, just like what we did earlier, you can count by hundreds. Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Now you do that first hundreds. You circle that. Then you get your next hundreds. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200s. Now you have the first 100. And then you have the other 100. And then you count the rest by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. So 100 plus what? No, let me write that down. So you have 100 plus 100, that's 200 plus 40, that's equal to 240. Easy? Right? It's very easy, boys and girls. You just need to use your strategies, okay? Alright, I will do another video of using word problems involving multiplication of single-digit number by multiples of 10. Bye guys, I will see you soon. Take care.